First of all, community policing is a completely department process. Every member of the police department is involved in community policing. So some of the things that we would do is just, we would go out and speak to different groups, churches, community groups.
Again, your name was mentioned in that third-party review, and community policing, why does that matter?
In my opinion, it's very difficult to solve a lot of crimes without the help of the community. The community lives in that community. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Police department, when police officers, we come in and out of communities. So in order for us to really solve crime and deter crime, we have to know the community, work with the community, and engage the community towards solving problems in the community.
Which brings me now to your organization. You're the founder and CEO of NJA, which I would imagine is the initials of your first, middle, and last name, Consulting for You. And you have a motto, bridging the gap, and that's bridging the gap between local law enforcement. You've been serving for 37 years, correct?
Correct.
Law enforcement, as in law enforcement, of course. Bridging the gap between local law enforcement agencies, governmental agencies, private business sectors, and many different communities, some of the ones you've mentioned.
That's great.
Why did you feel the need to create this consulting firm?
Oh, I've experienced a real disconnect with several communities within different cities that I've worked in. That disconnect is here in Decatur as well. So I feel it was my way of giving back some of the knowledge and expertise and training that I have obtained. How do I give that back now? How do I bridge that gap between some of those communities and the police department?
Yes, you mentioned you see it in Decatur. I mean, you're a resident of Decatur.
Correct.
You served in the department for X amount of years. You've worked within the department, so you know the pulse of the community. Would you say that you have any success stories with your consulting firm?
Oh yes, we have lots of success stories. I've worked with communities from Tennessee all the way through into Alabama as well. And the success is that when the community comes together with the police department and they embrace each other, that's when you start to see true success. Here in Decatur, my goal and motto is how do we bridge that gap between the Decatur Police Department and the community? How do we embrace all communities, not just certain communities, all communities? And there are several different types of communities within any city makeup.
I love that you touched on that. You're very detailed as you describe Decatur because you've lived there for so long. Would you, now that you're in the capacity of bridging a community, would you recommend anything for the city of Decatur, the department? Would you recommend anything at this moment?
I would recommend communication. What I teach in Bridging the Gap is that we don't have to always agree, but we do have to communicate. We do have to listen to one another. We do have to treat people as people, and everyone needs to be heard.
You mentioned communication as actually one of the line items in that review. There was a disconnect in the communication and how members of the community felt that they were talked to. So would you say even when it comes to tone?
Oh yes, tone, demeanor, the language, just the outreach. Like when you and I saw each other when we walked in, we had a good presence there. You didn't have a tone about you that I felt you didn't want me here. So we all want to feel appreciated and loved, and that's what we have to get back to. The old motto that your parents always taught you is do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Yeah. I think I saw that on your website. Yes, that is on your website. And again, how long has your consulting firm been established?
2 years.
2 years, okay. 2 years. So this was, I would say, before everything happened within.
Oh yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
So it's not like this happened after the fact. It was something that you already knew.
Oh yes. Yeah. When I first got here, Policing is very difficult to begin with, so I discussed that with some of the leaders about things could go wrong because things happen bad. Bad things happen in policing. You have to prepare for it, and you have to prepare your community for the bad things to happen.
Good things happen too.
Good things happen as well. You will always be preparing for those. But oftentimes we forget that when bad things happen, we still have to communicate those bad things as well.
Well, is there anything else, Mr. Allen, that you would like to share about your organization, about your hope for the city? Unity is a big thing right now.
It is.
It's a big thing.
It is. The key is unity and bridging the gap, bringing people together. If you bring people together and communicate and let each and every person share their concerns, their perspectives, and then we move forward.
I don't have anything else to say unless you do.
Nope.
All right, that about does it.